Of supporters who are such infrequent visitors to this stadium. Well, Bolton come here having won 6 of their last 9 games, but the on-loan striker who's played such a huge part in that run, Danny Sturridge, is cup-tied. Johan Almander would have been an obvious replacement, but so well did the Swede play in midfield against West Ham last week that he keeps his place in the engine room. Even Klasnic comes in up front. Zat Knight is preferred to David Wheater at centre-half. Paul Robinson returns at left-back.
Well, you know what you're going to get from Bolton. They will hit Kevin Davies if they need to. Klasnic, terrific finisher, but it's the wings where they're going to get the joy if they want to win this match. Lee, very impressive season, and Petrov has a quality left foot.
Only one change for Stoke. Thomas Sorensen is their designated FA Cup goalkeeper, so he replaces Asmir Begovic. Otherwise, it's the team that lost narrowly at Spurs last weekend. Higginbotham's injury means Mark Wilson continues at left-back, and the only hometown player on either side, Andy Wilkinson, enjoys the biggest day of his career. Matthew Etherington, by the way, is the only man on either side to have played in an FA Cup final for West Ham in that 2006 Classic against Liverpool.
Well, you know what you're going to get off Stoke. They love the set pieces. Rory Delap, very important with a long throw. But again, for me, can Pennant get the ball? Can he get quality deliveries? As Etherington, who's had a terrific season so far.
Live from Wembley Stadium on ESPN and ESPN HD, the second semi-final of the Eon-sponsored FA Cup between two of the grand old clubs of English football. The man in control, Howard Webb, a 4th FA Cup semi-final for the official who's achieved everything that the game can offer. Bolton's huddle, involving their longest-serving player, the man with the gloves, Jussi Jääskeläinen, today surpassing Nat Lofthouse tally of appearances with his 504th game for the club. And when Stoke last played in a cup semi, they had a core of Stoke-born players like Smith and Bloor and Jackie Marsh. Andy Wilkinson fulfilling that role today. He's a lifelong Stoke City supporter. Well, 20 years ago this week, Wembley staged an FA Cup semi-final for the very first time, and Paul Gascoigne marked the occasion in style. Right or wrong, these matches will be held here for at least the next 27 years. Bolton and Stoke auditioning for the role of underdogs in the 2011 FA Cup final, and quite possibly a place in Europe too. Stoke required to make one minor adjustment to their normal kit. Red socks rather than white. But apart from that, the two clubs in their natural colours. And Tony Pulis has abandoned his pre-match suit as well, which he was always likely to do. We were always going to see the baseball cap.
Oh, that'll always be on his head, yes, there's no doubt about that. But it too settles, John, and these two clubs not used to being in semi-finals. It's a little bit of nerves. It's very hot out there. I think Bolton like to get the ball down and play a bit more football. We know what you're going to get from Stoke. They'll put you under pressure, but it is very hot.
Here's Petrov. And now first touch for the Croatian, Klasnic. Trying to return it to Martin Petrov. Kevin Davies is central. Petrov has the incentive of knowing that his former club lie in wait in the final. Bolton have been very keen to keep the build-up to this game low-key. They've stayed in their normal hotel in central London before a game in the capital. There's Klasnic. Robert Hoot brings it clear for Stoke. Stoke, who by contrast have been staying in the England team hotel out in leafy Hertfordshire. And it's Stoke who have a free kick.
Well, you've got to be very careful. I think down the middle of the park it'll take care of itself. Both central defenders very strong in the air, as are the forwards. It's an interesting battle, but it's going to be the wings for me. Petrov started bright, got an early touch, but it's on the wings where you're going to decide this game. And obviously set pieces, which Stoke are very, very good at, and Bolton are playing a very high lane already.
Jermaine Pennant guarding the ball. Header away was by Steinson. And here's Lee. Etherington. Jones. Bolton conceding another free kick.
Well, it was a sloppy challenge by Mwamba in midfield on Jones. He could have got the ball. I don't know why he's took Jones down. There's the foul. He has took Jones from behind. And again, another chance for Stoke to put that ball in the danger area. I've been very impressed the way Bolton have started with the set pieces, though. They're leaving the space for the goalkeeper.
It's Walters, and Jääskeläinen comes and smothers.
Very different. Quick thinking by Etherington. Good run by Walters. Jääskeläinen.
And another route by which Stoke can test out the resolve of Bolton. Watch out here for Robert Hoot amongst others. 8 goals this season. Etherington in. And met by Mwamba. Only the 4th time that Stoke have reached the last 4 of the FA Cup. They're the only surviving founder members of the Football League never to have played in a cup final. League Cup, yes. FA Cup, no.
That was quite interesting on the throw. Delap gets the ball, doesn't he? Oh, Kyle's not happy. You've got to close the ball down. Don't allow the ball to come in the box so easy. Delap there lines up for the long one. Takes a little short one. Catches Bolton out.
Walters, who's a former Bolton player. Glenn Whelan. Andy Wilkinson. The Stoke press officer has provided the headgear for Tony Pulis today because amidst all the kerfuffle, Stoke's manager forgot his normal hat. Lee. Overly rugged from Mark Wilson. He's slotting in at left back because of Higginbotham's injury and Danny Collins' fall from grace. He was hamstrung for last season's final. Steinson. Kevin Davis, Gary Cahill, Martin Petrov on his weaker foot, but a corner.
Great bit of skill by Cahill, didn't panic, did he? Brought it down, tried to turn to get the shot off, gives it away to Petrov, not on his left foot, unfortunately on his right foot, but gets a corner out of it.
Martin Petrov. Zat Knight couldn't quite get there. Petrov will get another opportunity.
That Knight will be disappointed he didn't get his head on that. He had enough space and time.
Sunshine is fiercely bright today. And the referee having early words with some of the combatants. Goodness me, it's a land of giants. Petrov. Kevin Davis underneath it and appealing. And Cahill!
Well, it looks very threatening, and it's 2 set pieces there just gone in. Petrov, good deliveries, balls up in the air. There's a lot of holding, and I don't like to say this, but it's a good effort by Cahill, just can't hit the target. There's a lot of holding going on. Kevin Davis there, look at the arms round him. You know he's very strong. That is a penalty for me. Ball drops out, comes out to Cahill. That is a penalty, and it's a decent effort. Just goes over the bar.
Gary Cahill, Sheffield-born. Sheffield Wednesday fan. You made his day when you scored in that Wembley semi for Wednesday against Sheffield United all those years ago, Chris. He was only 6 at the time, mind you. Interesting that discussions are taking place already at managerial level with Stuart Atwell, who's the 4th official today. Elmander in this midfield role. Has played there for his national team, and he's won a free kick from Robert Hoot.
Well, what is it? He doesn't need to foul. There's a lot of nervous players out there, you can see that. And Elmander, good bit of skill to get away from. And it is a clear free kick, and that'll be his last warning as well.
Two of his goals have come in the FA Cup. Winner at Wolves, the opener against West Ham. Standing over the ball for Bolton is Martin Petrov. Knight, Cahill and Davis. It's becoming a familiar scene already. Floated by Petrov. Fabrice Muamba. Almanda.
I've got to say, Bolton have started this game very, very well. Just over 8 minutes gone, and they've asked questions already. Too much time for the shot. Almanda, unfortunately, can't get the power he wants. Holds it well, Sorensen, but Bolton have started very, very well.
Up too early.
It's very difficult to judge that, isn't it? Amanda comes in and Whelan never jumps.
Sorensen. Kenwyne Jones.
Well, what is that mate doing? Gambling in front of Kenwyne Jones, really. He was never going to get it. It was a good bit of skill by Jones. Chest control. Nice volley. Here you go. What is that, mate? Pushed off the ball very easy. Good bit of skill by Jones. He can't control the volley. Yeah, so for me, this is a clear penalty. Hooped me know what he's about. Very aggressive. And there's a handball as well off short cross. Take your pick from two of them. Referee's got a terrific view, Howard Webb. I know it's early in the game, but you've got to give these decisions.
Just to be clear about that, Chris, there were only two reasons to give the penalty, weren't there? Knight. Zach Knight's played well enough last week on his return from injury to fend off the challenge of David Wheater today.
And also, I think he's about 4 inches taller than Wheater as well.
4 inches taller than most people. Signed for a set of tracksuits from Rushall Olympic by Kevin Keegan when he was manager of Fulham. Walters. Paul Robinson. Etherington! A quite stunning goal from Stoke's rejuvenated winger. Applauded from the heavens by the greats.
Well, the fans to our right, absolutely going mental. What a strike by Etherington. We talked about him before the game. He's having a terrific season. It's Robinson who gives the ball away here. He's trying to miss Elmander. Elmander sticks his foot out, falls Etherington. Terrific strike, 23 yards. Jaskalainen just can't get near it. He hits it nice and early. Cahill slightly in the lane of the goalkeeper. And not bother Stoke. Terrific goal.
Bolton looking for a swift reply. Matthew Etherington, a man who everyone in the Potteries knows plenty about, and Fabio Capello has chosen to ignore so far. Here's Cahill. A player whose career and indeed life were blighted by a gambling addiction until 18 months ago. And Stoke as a club deserve huge credit for helping Etherington turn his life around. Here's Lee.
I wonder what odds he was for the first goal.
Don't go there. Elmander. Stoke City, who have never played in an FA Cup final, first to strike in this second Eon-sponsored FA Cup semi.
It's good for the neutral, John. You know, it's very tense, these games, and now that'll settle in. Bolton know now they've got to attack more, and it makes the game far more interesting for the neutral.
Elmander to Lee. Steinson. Solid work by Mark Wilson. Lee. As Delilah echoes around Wembley, as it did for a good hour and a half before kick-off. Last time Stoke played in an FA Cup semi-final, it was a chart record. Now it's a terrace anthem. Wilson, Jones, Rory Delap. Wilson.
He doesn't need Wilson to play it long like that. He can roll it, just roll it down the side. You don't have to put it high and long.
By Shawcross.
Well, Bolton's just got to regroup, stick to the plan, get the ball down, keep playing. It's very hot out there. They will get opportunities because of the players they've got. Got to get it wide a bit more for me. Lee's picking it up far too deep, as is Petrov. They've got to get higher up the field.
Steinson. Both of these sides have struggled of late away from home, certainly in Barclays Premier League football. Stoke have lost their last 7 on the road, but have won at Cardiff and Wolves in the Cup. Bolton have lost 8 of their last 9 away games in the league, but have won at Wigan, Fulham and Birmingham in this competition. That's Elmander. Let's have another look at Etherington's magical moment.
Well, it's just a great strike. He turned one thing in his mind. He has a quick look at the goal, but he hits it. Kyle from is just on the lane of Yaskalainen, which maybe that's why he's died a little bit late, but that is a terrific strike. Hit nice and early.
And the answer to your rather cheeky question, 16-1. It is a proper family occasion. Two clubs for whom FA Cup semi-finals are hardly 10 a penny. Bolton have reached 14 in total, but most of those before the Second World War. And the first opportunity for Rory Delap to unveil the long throw. Dealt with by Elmander. Wilkinson. And the shot has crept in, and the lead is doubled. It's Robert Hoot.
Well, this is just incredible, John, this game. Delap throw didn't cause any problems. It's a good header away. But what they've done against him, Hoot's just hit the ball very, very early. He's never thought about controlling it, punching it back in the box. He's just swung his right foot at it nice and early. Crowded Palantir area, it just comes in. They deal with it pretty well. It comes out, and he hits it. I've got to say, Yaskalainen for me is very slow getting across. He's on his heels. For me, he should say that. He should do better. It's not a great strike. It's come off his shin. but he's got a slight hand to it. I've got to say, I've seen Jääskeläinen save them. That was, for me, he's could have done a lot better.
Well, if Bolton reach the FA Cup final this season, we're in for one of the classic semi-finals. Robert Hoot scoring for the 9th time this season, which no other Stoke City central defender has ever achieved in the club's history. And the vast majority of those goals have been with his head, not his right boot.
Right shin. It's just an incredible game. I mean, the Stoke fans are all right alone. Absolutely, rightly so. What a start to the semi-final.
Cahill. Krasnic. Hoot.
I think what's strange about it is, you know, when you do play Stoke City, everybody thinks they're in your face, they put you under so much pressure. I think they work hard. I think Bolton's got a lot more time on the ball than they actually think, the players. None of them have relaxed on the ball. He has the goal. It's a decent header out. Hook just flings his foot at it. But for me, the keeper, he was slow getting across. He's on his heels. Look, he struggles to get across. I've got to say, Jääskeläinen, for me, should have done a lot better. But going back to the game, Bolton have got time on the ball. Stoke are not playing a high tempo. They're quite happy to sit back and soak the pressure up and play on the break.
Etherington. Robinson.
Terrific run by Etherington going inside, Stenson this side here, and it's a decent delivery. Unfortunately, Jones and Walters have gone near post.
Elmander. Short cross. Well, on Saturday the 14th of May, Stoke City are due to play against Manchester City in the league. Well, that fixture might well be replaced by the same two sides in the FA Cup final.
I think when Coyle is in that dugger, technical area, and it's obviously telling the players, but they've got to relax and play. They can play a lot more football. They've given the ball away, not because Stoke have been working particularly hard. It's just been sloppy play.
Cahill with a yard start on Kenwyne Jones. Hoot, are you saying the occasion's got to Bolton?
I think they have. I don't think Stoke started particularly well, I've got to say, but they've got a goal and that's relaxed them. They've got a bit of confidence. They've got a second goal. You know, they're just happy to sit behind the ball now and say, you've got to come and take the game to her.
One shot of great precision and deliberation from Matthew Etherington. Another that owed a little more to hit and hope from Hoot. Delap. Wilkinson.
I thought it was a bit of a risk, I've got to say, when I looked at the team sheet and he put Elmander in midfield. You know, he's got people like Davies and players who could play in there, and I think Elmander has had a great season. And I like him up top with Davies or on the wing. I think he's more effective on the flank or up front. I don't think he's a centre midfield player.
Owen Coyle points out he has won 20 caps there for Sweden. Push given against Davis.
He doesn't you to do it. He's going nowhere. He's played the ball out for a throw-in. You don't need to foul. You've just got to settle down, Bolton. There we go. He's chasing across. Look, he's only going to kick the ball out of play. Don't give him the free kick.
Wilkinson very quickly in on the Bulgarian. Muamba more determined than Walters. Petrov again. Lee. Oh, that was a rather dangerous challenge by Robert Hoot.
I'm not happy Howard Webb's had a word. That's twice he's done it. He did Elmanda before with a challenge, and this is not a pretty challenge. Shows he stood slightly. That's two he's got away with. Slightly late.
The last team to fail to make an FA Cup final, having been 2 goals up in a semi, was Chesterfield, including Kevin Davis in 1997 against Middlesbrough. In a semi-final like few others at Old Trafford. Petrov. Kenwyn Jones, corner.
Bolton have looked quite threatening, got to say. It's set pieces. Lee's going to take it from the right-hand side. And what to see Howard Webb here. He's having a word with players about holding. He's got to do something about it.
It's a short corner. A different angle now for Lee. Cahill. Paul Robinson. Muamba. Krasnic.
Oh, that's all of the important set pieces. They've had three efforts on goal from distance, but they have not got down the sides where you're looking for crosses from Lee, Petrov. The wing players have just not got on the outside of the full-backs yet.
Bolton free kick. Isn't it nice to turn up for the second semi-final of a Wembley weekend and find that the pitch is in perfect order? This playing surface installed at the start of the season and still very good towards the end of it, even if it is the 13th pitch in 4 years here. It does seem to have solved the problem. Delap. Steinson. Krasnic. Robinson going on the outside. And after much deliberation, Howard Webb says goal.
Well, that's a strange one. Again, you've got to give Howard Webb credit. He's in a great position. Has he got it right? Shawcross, and for me, that's a corner. It's just come off Shawcross's right leg, and Robinson, you can see, not happy with the decision.
Well, no one particularly happy in Bolton's camp at the moment. On the right there, Phil Gartside, the long-serving chairman, and with him, the owner, Eddie Davis. Kevin Davis. And that will be a corner.
Well, Hook was struggling with the pace, wasn't he? Kevin Davis nearly got the ball, got the other side of him.
Lee this time, just waiting for Knight and Cahill to arrive on the scene. Petrov. Adrift aimlessly. Out for a goal kick. So Stoke in a position of real strength here. And two significant live games from the Barclays Premier League coming up here on ESPN. Next Saturday, we've got a tasty London derby, Chelsea against West Ham. And then a fortnight today, Andy Carroll faces his old club as Liverpool take on Newcastle in a fixture rarely short on incident, I think it's fair to say. Jermaine Pennant. In for Walters.
Well, they look very dangerous on the break, Stoke. They're well organised. They've got the two boys in midfield, very happy to sit and protect the two centre-halves. And they're just playing counter-attacking football.
Davis. Out of play and a Stoke throw.
Well, did that cross the line? I think the roar from the crowd had an influence on the decision.
Jake Collin was the referee's assistant down there on that side.
There he is, he's running down, he's miscontrolled it slightly. For me, that hasn't crossed the line.
Davis. Wilson. Sides have met twice already in the Premier League. Home win in each fixture. Pennant dispossessing Petrov. Walters up with him. Jones a little further over. Through it goes. Kenwyne Jones! To the sound of Tom Jones from the terraces, it's Kenwyne Jones who is lifting Stoke towards a first ever FA Cup final.
This is just incredible result. I've got to say, they've had 3 efforts on goal and they've scored 3 goals. It's quite unbelievable. Petrov loses the ball on the halfway line. Pennant does ever so well. He rubs it off him and he's away. And he gets his head up, he comes inside. Kenwyne Jones threatens to go inside. Walters takes Knight away. It's a lovely weighted pass. And what a clinical finish by Kenwyne Jones. Goes through Cahill. First touch is good. Doesn't panic, just passes it. Past Jääskeläinen into the bottom corner. 3-0 Stoke.
After one of the most extraordinary half hours of any FA Cup semi-final. Ancient or modern, Kevin Davis challenges. But away to our left there are Bolton supporters, not great in number but a significant few who are leaving already.
Got to say, coming to the stadium, the weather, I just couldn't picture Stoke. I didn't think it would suit them.
That was the chest of Cahill, not the arm. Davis. And the noise you can hear is the sound of the Potteries on tour. Bolton have a free kick, but Stoke have a stranglehold on this semi. Robinson. Davis is getting very little change out of Hoot in the air. Jonathan Walters.
I don't think Kevin Davis is getting much joy because, you know, they've got to mix it up, Bolton. You can't just keep hitting Kevin Davis. You've got to be brave. Get it down to Petrov. Get it wide to Lee. Try and get it into people's feet and move these centre-halves around. Every time it goes forward, yes, Kevin Davis may flick it on, but they cover each other very, very well, and they pick the second ball up.
Shawcross. Petrov. Johan Elmander. I thought, why not?
That's all they've allowed them to do. Yes, set pieces, I'll say. They've looked a little bit threatening, but again, just a shot from 25 yards, straight at Sorensen. That's worth an effort. And Stoke will be very happy with that. And that scoreboard says it all.
And Bolton must be wishing they could start all over again. Walters, Etherington, Whelan, Tennant, Jones.
If Walters continues his run, he might have got a tap in at the far post. Maybe he was looking at the risk of being offside, but again, picks the ball up very easy, Pennant on the edge of the box. Jones, no pressure again, gets a shot off. Here's the shot, here's the goal. It's a weighted pass, he's well onside. Maybe Cahill could have done better through his legs, but take nothing away from the finish. First class.
Under illegal pressure from Robinson.
Well, they've just got to keep their heads. Yes, it's 3-0 and it's asking a mountain to climb to get back into this game. Owen Coyle just can't believe it. He cannot believe it. He set his team out all week. He said they've looked good in training.
Most of his siblings, his 5 brothers and 3 sisters, are here at the match, and his 80-year-old mother, Frances, come down from Scotland. And it's just fallen apart for Bolton. Awfully long way back from here, but a goal prior to half-time would make an awful lot of difference for them. Cahill, displeased at his lack of options, so he's chosen Elmander. Davis, Robinson, Martin Petrov, Tarrant alert to the danger. Tony Pulis does ask that of his wingers to track back.
Well, so far they've done a good job. Pennant made a goal, Everton scored a goal. And I was looking at before the game, I was looking at Lee on the right side for Bolton, Petrov on the left. They haven't had a kick.
The 130th FA Cup competition. Stoke, part of it from the very start, but never involved in a final. Now Muamba for Bolton.
The referee, Kevin Davies looking for the free kick. Joe Cross is right, he didn't touch him. Miscontrol by Kevin Davies, but that's what they've got to do. They've got to get the ball down, they've got to play. Here it is, comes off his studs. Looking for the free kick there. The referee didn't buy it.
Tennant. Etherington arriving. Cahill's head.
How easy was that? Robinson getting mixed up with Petrov, and Pennant for me could have done a lot better at Etherington at the far post, but so easy for Stoke. They haven't had to work hard for the goals.
Delap, who's wearing a special vest underneath his shirt today, so he can wipe the ball. There are no towels available. Davis. All the way back by Whelan. Thomas Sorensen. Knight. Tennant. Kenwyn Jones. Only out as far as Whelan. Etherington.
Bolton not putting any pressure on the ball. Robinson is far too far off him. He's got to get close to him. He's got to work him. It's so easy for Stoke. They got down the sides how many times? They could have, really, it's 3, it could be 4 or 5. The time on the ball they've got.
Almanda. Steinson. Tap or throw. And those are the men who somehow have got to find the words to try and lift the Bolton team in 7 or 8 minutes' time. Steinson's throw. Three goals in 19 minutes here for Etherington, Hoot and Kenwyn Jones. And Stoke City cruising at the moment towards the final.
By the way, they are in dreamland. They cannot believe 3-0 up, coming up to half-time. They're absolutely, you've got to say they've done well, they've restricted. I think Bolton's gone far too much onto Kevin Davis. They've got to be brave. You've got to say to Petrov and Lee, you've got to start the full-backs, you've got to join in, you've got to start playing, because every time you went route one, you've had no joy.
Well, the hope was they'd wake up tomorrow morning with a headache, the Bolton fans. I'm afraid they've got one now.
If it was me, I'd put Davies in midfield, I'd put Almanda up front alongside Davies. And Klasnic, for me, is just not got in the game. He's just strolled around. He's not chasing, he's not harassing, he's not holding the ball up.
Whelan. That was late. It was rather gratuitous from Klasnic as well.
A lot of frustration creeping in, rightly so. Whelan takes the ball away from him, and that's late. There's no need for it.
Wilson. Walters up wonderfully well and early.
That was a terrific ball and a terrific header. Wilson delivers, and what a header by Walters.
Etherington. Stoke's two wingers within a couple of yards of each other at the moment.
There's a delivery by Wilson, work on the training ground, gets a run on Lee, terrific header, nobody reacts. Cahill, very calm, heads it down to Steinson. Well, Kevin Davies is fighting a lonely battle. He's getting not much help. The referee's not giving him many free kicks.
Wilson. Miranda. Wilkinson. Knight. Determination from Paul Robinson. Bolton goal prior to half-time would at least offer something resembling a lifeline for them. Davis. Short cross. Klasnic. Well, that sums up his first half. Delap. Etherington. Golden ball.
Yeah, I've got to say, Stoke organised, well organised. They've took their chances, and they've been, you wouldn't say they were clear-cut chances, but Kenwyne Jones was, you would say, it was a good chance, but he finished very, very well. 2 shots. I think Askley should have done better on the second. But overall, Stoke have defended very, very well in numbers and looked very, very threatening on the break.
Tennant. Petrov. Pressurised by Wilkinson.
He doesn't need to put him on there. We just let Petrov play it away. You get your throw in, Roy Delap can send another one in. Doesn't need to foul up. Wilkinson very keen. Stoke boy. Yeah, he's pulling, he's all over. He doesn't need to do it. But they're getting a lot of joy down that right-hand side, especially with Pennant.
He's a manager with a burgeoning reputation, and this is a huge test of his restorative powers today. And we're expecting 1 extra minute. Etherington. Venture to suggest that none of the Stoke fans, even the most rabid inside Wembley Stadium, could have envisaged a half-time scoreline that looks like this.
Dreamland, cannot believe it. They'll not believe the score of it when the half-time whistle goes. But again, looking at Bolton, can they get back in the game? Leave Kevin Davis up, get somebody who can play in the hole, somebody who can get in that gap behind Whelan and Delap and pick the ball, draw the centre-half out. They're not asking enough questions. It's very easy for the 2 centre-halves playing up against Klasnic. 2 centre-forwards have not had any joy off the 2 centre-halves. They've got to think about it. Can they get somebody in the hole and get this ball down and start playing? Because they're not going to get any reward by going direct Bolton.
Rarely will a half-time whistle have been greeted by such differing emotions at either end of this ground. Hoot. Petrov. Stoke fans want the whistle now. Well, for Davis to fight for. That did come loose for a moment.
Well, they do very well in the Hoot and short cross. There's the half-time whistles on.
And those are the Potteries, simply ecstatic. Matthew Etherington, Robert Hoot and Kenwyne Jones on Stoke City's roll of honour so far today. An extraordinary 19 minutes that brought 3 very telling goals. Bolton may now take out their frustration on the crockery. They need to channel their frustration against the Potters to find a way back into what at the moment is proving a surprisingly one-sided FA Cup semi-final. Bolton 0, City 3.
Well, some Stoke fans are pinching themselves. The club has never reached the FA Cup final before. The last semi-final was 39 years ago. The 3 first-half goals means Stoke fans have gone absolutely potty.
Shots, that's crept in. Through it goes, Kenwyne Jones.
Bolton 0, Stoke 3. Steve McManaman, Kevin Keegan Sam Allardyce and Robbie Savage pitchside here at Wembley. What happened there? Bolton fans at home and here are absolutely shell-shocked.
Yeah, well, I don't think any of us saw this coming, not even Mystic Meg here, Robert Savage, who predicted Stoke would win. But it's incredible that you can get 3 goals by doing so little. I don't mean that unkind to Stoke. They didn't have to do very much to get the 3 goals. They weren't really that well worked. And yet they find themselves now on the very edge of a cup final, which is unbelievable.
Sam, what a strike though.
Yes, I mean, I've never seen Bolton defend as bad as this in the first 45 minutes. What Robinson was doing with that ball, but in fairness, there's still a lot to do there from Edrington, and I think it's a fantastic strike. And I mean, all 3 goals from here have not been like the Stoke goals.
He was certainly helped on the way, Stoke City. All credit to them, they put the 3 goals in, and that's all you can do. But Bolton had a big part to play in all of them, didn't it? Their lack of defending, which normally we associate, they're so good. This falls to Robert Huth. I don't think he hits it as clean as he wants to. If anything, he's in acres of space. He's just drifted off to the edge of the box, you see. No one's around him. He's winding himself up for the right foot shot. If anything, I think it rolls down his shin slightly.
And I
think the goalkeeper should have got it. He has a little step before having a dive.
And Robbie Savage is the only one here that went for Stoke before the game. Here's your opportunity.
Well, I think all Stoke scores have come from a catalogue of errors. Mark Hughes always said to me, consecutive errors to concede goals. Here, Petrov, shocking recovery run. Steinson's watching the ball, goes through Gary Cahill's leg, and it's a great finish.
How can you allow someone to run this far? This is Pennant just can't believe it, keeps running. He gets a bit of luck here because for the pass to go through Cahill's legs, look at Cahill's legs. There's no room for a ball to go through. But this finish is absolutely top class, and he's done very well so far, Kenwyne Jones. He's held it up well, he's had one chance, and he's finished it brilliantly, as you would expect top class player to do.
They've been great, haven't they?
The first goal, Macca, Carrick did a similar thing yesterday, give the ball in the edge area. Robinson's just got to smash that in the channel.
Yeah.
But weren't you involved in a 4-3 comeback once in the FA Cup?
Yeah, it's not impossible. We did it. Macca played that night, came on sub against Tottenham, but his half-time team talk now is I said that day, we've got no chance of winning this, so let's play for pride. That's what they've got to play for now, and if they get the next goal, they might get back in the game.
Well, look at Istanbul, people might be thinking, but it's not going to happen, Robbie. Surely it can't happen.
No,
the
it
way Stoke play.
It won't happen. Stoke are through.
Well,
Sam, what would you say?
Because not even Mystic Meggy thought Stoke were going to be 3-0 up at half-time, but they've punished Bolton to the hilt. But we must understand if Bolton have got any chance, they're going to have to score in the first 5 or 10 minutes of the second half.
The second half is on the way. Some of the Bolton fans, well, some have already gone home. The others are absolutely dejected because their hopes and their dreams have been dashed. And it's only half-time in this FA Cup semi-final. Stoke City, they firmly believe, are coming back to Wembley for the FA Cup final. Bolton 0, Stoke 3. And after so much disagreement over decisions about who should get the Man of the Match award, the pundits will stand aside. It's an open vote. You can decide who gets champagne. Go to www.espn.co.uk/FA Cup vote on our ESPN TV UK Facebook page. Alternatively, you can also vote via the free Live Talkback app on your iPhone or visit mlivetalkback.com from any other mobile device. Robbie Savage, are you well across that? Well, people are going to enjoy themselves come what may this afternoon, it appears. Wonder who they'll be voting for as far as Man of the Match. But some people need waking up, although if you're a Bolton fan, maybe it's better to stay asleep. It'll still be a nightmare though when you wake up. Time back to Chris Waddle and John Champion.
And unsurprisingly, a double substitution by Bolton Wanderers. Matt Taylor is on in place of Ivan Klasnic, and Mark Davis for Martin Petrov. Which means, Chris Waddle, that Owen Coyle is doing what in terms of formation?
Well, he put Davies in midfield. Almanda, who normally plays most of the season, or Sturridge has got that role at the moment, he's cup tied. And Almanda goes that familiar. They're a good partnership, these two. Davies, very, very good on the ball, very clever player.
Well, maybe we shouldn't be surprised that Stoke are handsomely in front at Wembley. They have a 100% record at this stadium. They've won a League Cup final and 2 Football League trophy finals. They've never really approached an FA Cup final before. Fourth semi. They've had their hearts broken by Arsenal on the last two occasions back in the 70s. A position of real strength here, thanks to those first half goals from Matthew Etherington, Robert Hoot and Kenwyne Jones. Last team to lose a semi-final, having scored 3. Well, Liverpool against Crystal Palace in the semi of 1990. Lee.
That was a terrific ball by Nate across field to Lee, and again his touch let him down. It's not normally like Lee. Very confident on the ball, but we've got to say, Bolton haven't turned up today.
Cahill. Another Stoke throw, and this time Delap is likely to wind up for one. The first Stoke player to possess this weapon. One of their goals in the 1972 League Cup final was created by a long throw from Peter Dobing. Kenwyne Jones beaten by Cahill.
He has got a terrific throw. I know it's well taught about. When you think of Stoke, you always thought of Rory Delap with his Terry Tolan t-shirt on underneath his shirt. But it's a terrific weapon to have. The pace he puts on it.
Former schoolboy javelin champion.
Here's a throw coming in, terrific throw. I don't think it's a free kick. If anything, that Nate gets in the way, look, of Jääskeläinen. There's not a lot happening.
You see Jääskeläinen, the one player out there who was part of Bolton's last FA Cup semi-final 11 years ago when they lost here to Aston Villa. Well, that one was tight and went to penalties. Here's Etherington. Cahill for Bolton.
We've just not got it together, Bolton, today. First time we've got to say was poor. You know, the one thing you say, Owen Cole say, normally they move the ball around very quickly, and the passing's been very, very sloppy.
Lee. Steinson. It's a handball by Muamba, which the referee has now given.
It was very deliberate as well, but he's let it go. He's given the free kick. That's enough. Yeah, you can see he deliberately sticks his hand out. Whoop, there you go.
At that stage already for some of the Bolton followers. Now there are significantly more empty seats at the Bolton end than there were at this stage of the first half. Match attendance today just a shade over 75,000. And Stoke managed to sell all their tickets. Delap. Walters. Bolton said it was hands. The referee had a good view and said no. And this is Mark Davis.
It's just not happening for them. I know they've made the changes, and rightly so, with Petrov struggled and Klasni's never touched the ball. I would have said to Almanda, don't play up alongside Kevin Davies, come and play just behind their midfield and see if you can pick the ball up, because he has got good technique. It's a different way of playing. It's very easy for Stoke at the minute. Two big centre-halves can handle Kevin Davies and Almanda. They've got to try and think there's something different.
You can hear Tony Pulis barking out the orders to Rory Delap. I don't think that was the order. It was over the top of him, not over the top of everyone. And here comes...
But at the minute, I was expecting a little bit more quality, what I've saw from Bolton Wanderers today.
Well, the attraction for the winners of this is not just a place in the cup final itself, which is great, but also the likelihood of European football too. Even were they to lose to Manchester City, as long as Manchester City finish in the top four, the runners-up in the FA Cup will play in Europe next season. If City finish fifth, it's a different matter entirely. There again, if the winners of this then win the final, it's not going to matter to them either way. Robinson, Davis. Oh, Bolton's frustration grows.
I think they just played. I've got to say, I think Hoot and Shawcross will be very, very happy every time that ball keeps coming up the field with a lot of height on it. They're very good in it. You've got to move them around.
Walters down, and Jaskalainen on the second bounce.
He's won a lot of headers today. He gets a great run at Walters. And really, Kenwyne Jones reacts a little bit earlier.
Davis on. Elmander. Lee. And away by Pennant. And space for Walters to work in. Kenwyne Jones. Cahill's important here for Bolton. Whelan.
Well, Kenwyne Jones, for me, never looked. He should have been getting onto his left foot and having a shot across goal. Cahill's shown him the lane. Take it. He's got a decent left foot. Why not? He's looking for somebody who wasn't there.
Wilkinson. Pennant. Mark Davis. Still Mark Davis, and everything was right except for the rather fluffed finish.
Oh, Shawcross is not very happy with Pennant. Sloppy pass. Here's the break. He gives it away too easily. Davies is looking for the free kick on the edge just as he hits it. Shawcross comes across there. There's the nudge. Knocks him off balance. Shot goes well wide.
Mark Davis, a half-time substitute, replacing the extremely disappointing Martin Petrov.
Obviously, the showers weren't working.
I suspect that has been the least of his problems today. Won't have improved his mood. To learn that Lothar Matthäus, the national manager of Bulgaria, had travelled to London to see him play today.
The one thing I can say about it, he was excellent after I missed that penalty in the World Cup. He's absolutely fantastic. But the one thing I always remember about him was that my best ever nutmeg was against him.
Go on, relive it.
It was England, rest of the world v Germany.
So not a proper game then? Rest of the world, friendly.
Marco van Basten, Ruud Gullit, Stoichkov, everybody played.
In a non-competitive game.
We got beat anyway. But I'll always claim the nutmeg.
One way, of course, Chris, of sorting out the argument as to whether it was a friendly or not. How many celebrity chefs played in that game? Jones runs for Walters. Pennant. The check and then the cross. Down goes Jones. Plaintive look at the referee. And Etherington hurls himself into a foul challenge on Lee in the view of Howard Webb.
It's just so easy, wasn't it? A little step over by Walters, a ball out to Pennant. It's a delightful cross. Now they're looking for the penalty. Can we see anything? Cale's very tight. Kenwyne Jones goes down far too easy.
Down goes Jones again, and this time he gets some joy from the referee.
I've got to say, he goes down very, very easy. Slightest contact gone down, and surprised. There we are. There's a slight contact. Yeah, he's got his left arm, but he goes down so easy. Surprised how Webb bought it.
Bolton at the moment showing few signs of getting back in this game. Walters. There's one for Etherington. Two waiting.
They've done well. The two wide men, I said before the game for me, John, that was the key to the game. And Etherington and Pennant have played very, very well. And we've not seen Petrov went off. Lee's not had a kick. Taylor's not had a kick since he come on. And it's so important to the balance of this game. Stoke, their two wingers have been excellent.
Etherington. Kevin Davis away. Wilkinson. Walters. Kenwyne Jones!
How easy is that?
Good. Nearly an hour played in the second semi-final of the Eon-sponsored FA Cup. Bolton and Stoke contesting the right to meet Manchester City in the final in 1 day less than 4 weeks' time. And I would venture to suggest that those Stoke fans who aren't at the ground here at Wembley are probably beginning to form an orderly queue outside the Britannia Stadium ticket office. Dangerous throughout. Trying to chip it in for Walters. It's Kenwyne Jones, and it was only emergency action from Robinson that saved Bolton.
I just can't believe what I'm seeing from Bolton Wanderers today. They've really been on edge, and I thought they'd settle down 3-0 to lose, go and play. Robinson's given the ball away every time he's got it, and what an opportunity that was.
Bolton, 5 places and 5 points higher than Stoke in the Premier League.
Well, it's a terrible ball with his right foot. Etherington, we know what he's got. Pace, runs at you very direct. This is a lovely ball, reverse. What is the goalkeeper doing? That's an easy catch for him. Kenwyne Jones, good block by Robinson.
Elmander. Davis. Very good recovery by Ryan Shawcross.
Glimmer of hope. Davies there, puts it through the legs. The foot, and that is a great tackle by Shawcross.
Bolton need something, and they need something now. Matthew Taylor. There's a flying header, but it was well wide. Quintus Steinson joining in.
Well, Shawcross was limping quite heavily in the penalty box. Here's the corner. There you go. It's always going wide. Not a trouble on the goalkeeper.
Well, the identity of the Eon-sponsored man of the match is down to you today. It's an open vote to decide who gets the champagne. You can cast your ballot at espn.co.uk/FA Cup vote, or via our ESPN TV UK Facebook page, or you can vote via the free Live Talkback app on your iPhone, or option 4, visit m.livetalkback.com from any other mobile device. Your chance to pick the man of the match. I don't think they'll be participating. Here's Delap. Walters. Etherington. Foul and a free kick. And Etherington's hurt.
I think he'd be all right, but he's had a good game, Etherington. There they are. Taylor just comes down the back. It is a foul. No complaints. And again, it gives him a chance to put another delivery into the penalty box. And Stoke have just really controlled this game since the first goal went in.
Dave Watson, the physio, attending to the scorer of Stoke's first goal.
Well, that's a terrific strike. Slack ball by Robinson, hit Alman. He was a bit unlucky. And that one's off his shin for me. Jaskalainen normally would say that he should have. And this one, through the legs of Caleb, but give Kenwyne Jones credit. Wonderful finish.
And you know what, there's a study in body language on the far side. Owen Coyle's normally the most effervescent of managers, up and down off the bench, leading the conversations from the technical area. Well, he's leading that to his colleague Steve Davis at the moment, and sitting there quietly. And the word we're getting from the Stoke medical staff is that Matthew Etherington is really struggling here.
Well, you could do with him staying on. There's the Taylor. Taylor comes through the back, kicks him in the back of the Achilles on his left side. This is a free kick. And maybe he's just twisted his medial ligament, the knee just inside.
And Matthew Etherington's goal set the tone today for Stoke. And the Legions from Staffordshire hoping he'll be able to continue. Tennant. Is that night? For Walters, could be 4, still in play. Kenwyne Jones misses his kick.
Tell you what, John, this could have been 6 or 7. It could have been literally totally embarrassing. It's not been great to start with. That ball comes in, it's a good header by Nate clearance, but again, when they run out, they don't run out as a group and as a line. And Walters didn't fancy him, too many touches, took too long, get it under control, and this one Jones just couldn't get his foot wrapped around it, but Walters should have scored.
Etherington is back on for Stoke. Do you know the words to Delilah yet? Because if you don't now, you will by May the 14th.
They actually bought a single when it was out.
45 or 78.
Take your pick.
No one really knows why they chose that as their song to sing, but sing it they certainly do with gusto. All sorts of theories, no satisfactory explanation.
Well, you said it was in the charts when they last won a cup, did you? Was that why this? Was it because it was it number 1 then?
No, it wasn't. I mean, it was 1968, I think, the original song. Tom Jones.
Well, before my time, obviously.
A long time before Diamond Lights, certainly.
Don't bring classics into it.
Here's Walters. Fending off Mark Davis. Jonathan Walters! The journeyman has arrived, and so have Stoke in their first ever cup final.
I've got to say, defending again, so poor. Walters picks it up, never gets closed down, comes inside. He should have scored about 2 minutes ago, which was an easier chance. But this time again, space and time to pick his spot, and let's take nothing away. Yet again, another great finish. How easy is it though? He gets the ball, he picks it up, no challenge, checks back, no pressure on the ball. And again, for me, Jääskeläinen looks very slow, sluggish going down. He knows where the goal is, he never looks, cuts inside, never lifts his head. Aims for that far corner, he knows where it is. For me, the keeper again, for me, has got to do better. Cahill's got to get closer. They've never done it all day, they've not closed people down. I've got a question mark the keeper on that one as well, but take nothing away from Stoke, they've thoroughly deserved it, and it could be a lot more.
Well, well, well. And now Bolton supporters are leaving en masse. The unpredictability of football, and knockout football in particular.
Just unfortunately for Owen Coyle and his side, they've not turned up. You can't really say there's a plus in the side. Yes, there's certain players put effort in. Cahill, Knight, they've competed. Davies competed.
Elmander. Steinson. Corner.
But not one Bolton player has played to his ability. Simple as that. They've not turned up.
Sorensen. What an easy ride he's had. Everything he's been asked to do, he's done with a fair degree of aplomb. And even though he's not played in a Premier League game for 6 months, he can look forward to an FA Cup final now. That seems to be the deal with Stoke's keepers. Begovic in the league, Sorensen in the cup. And Jonathan Walters proving the immutable law of the X. 6 games for Bolton, never won, never scored. But he scored a big goal against them here.
Well, he didn't need to win that one neither, did he, against Almanda? He's lent on him, he's given themselves a free kick. For me, the game, obviously, we know, look at the scoreboard. It's game over, but you've got to keep going, you've still got a good following behind the goal. Not everybody's left from Bolton.
At the moment, this is the most one-sided FA Cup semi-final in 20 years. Since Forest and West Ham. Taylor. Knight. Delap seemed to hit a hand, it was Taylor, and Sorensen called into serious action for once.
Well, they've actually worked Thomas Sorensen for the first time. It only took him 71 minutes. Ball into the box, just drops down. Taylor reacts first, into the ground, but it's a comfortable save for Sorensen.
Taylor with a low skimmer. She'll get the chance to reprise. Proving to be a heavenly day for Stoke. Very talented young player, Brazilian born but a Spanish youth international, Rodrigo, who's on loan from Benfica. And he's on in place of Fabrice Muamba.
Well, it's good experience for him to come onto the pitch. It's a little bit late.
Stoke's change won't be long delayed either. Dean Whitehead getting ready to come on. Quite honestly, they could put on George Eastham even in his 70s at this stage and they'd still go through. One of their finest players who bagged the winner in the League Cup final will be watching this at his home in South Africa, and no doubt plotting a trip across for the FA Cup final itself. Delap's throw. Walters, goal kick.
Well, here's the goal again. Walters picks it up, head down. It's Davies who gives him chase, shrugs him off, but now for me they've got to close him down. Cale's got to come quicker, and I've got to say, I think Jääskeläinen's a little bit late going down. Take nothing away, it's well placed, but I think the keeper should do better.
Kenwyne Jones. Jermaine Pennant, there is a thought that he'll be the player to come off. That's a naughty challenge by Paul Robinson.
Well, he is one of them players, Paul Robinson, who does get involved in these silly challenges. We've seen it over the years. That is quite deliberate, and I think our Webb should react a little bit better than just talking to him. That is a terrible challenge. I don't like to say it. All right, he's frustrated. That is just a lash at Pennant, who has absolutely got the better of Paul Robinson today, and that is very deliberate.
One of many impressive Stoke performers today, Jermaine Pennant. But requiring repair, Howard Webb going to his pocket for the first time.
Well, rightly so, John. He's arguing his case. He's got no, for me, he's got no argument. That was so deliberate. Pennant has had a very good game against Robinson today. Two Wade men have been excellent, and Stoke as a team, they've done their jobs. The two Wade men made the difference. I thought that before the game, that was going to be the key to the game. Whose Wade men would perform, and it's definitely been red and white. Here's the goal again, shrugs off Davies. I think Cale now should get closer, and Jääskeläinen again goes down late. Well, he's unsighted, but for me, he should do better.
What a moment for a player who started off in the Premier League and had to go down as low as Wrexham and Chester to find first-team football, and now has blossomed again.
It just shows you, John, if you stick at it, you can get rewards. It's only down to opinion of certain guys who say you're good enough or not. You believe in your ability, and just shows you what can be done.
Jonathan Walters into double figures for the season, and 4 of his goals have been in the FA Cup run now. This will be the first time in Stoke's history that they've won 5 consecutive FA Cup ties. Now, the last time they scored this many goals in an FA Cup tie was 17 years ago against Bath City. Back it goes off the forehead of Knight. Whilst one feels for everyone connected with Bolton, in particular for that man Jääskeläinen, who's waited 11 years to atone for the defeat in a semi-final against Aston Villa. Well, an experience, but nothing more than that. Not one to hold in the memory bank for too long if you're a Boltonian.
Well, I think the shock more than anything. I did come in here today, a lot of people fancied Bolton the way they played football, and you've got to say Stoke have done their jobs, but Bolton have just not turned up. And I'm not taking anything away from Stoke City, but Bolton Wanderers could play a lot better than what we saw today.
Defeat for the favourites on both days this weekend. Bookmakers very much favoured the final being a repeat of 1958. Manchester United against Bolton. As it is, it's looking very likely to be a repeat of a 5th round tie from last season. Manchester City against Stoke. As Dean Whitehead is introduced to the mix. A player perhaps unfortunate not to be able to force his way into the starting 11. And listen to and look at the ovation for Jermaine Pennant.
Well, he's been excellent. Two Wade men made the difference. Yes, you give credit to the back four, and the midfield boys have worked their socks off and done their jobs, but they've just made that slight difference. Quality on the ball, which Bolton have not had.
Jääskeläinen forward. Kevin Davis, Matt Taylor, Gary Cahill. And here's Kenwyne Jones. And Zach Knight snaked out a leg.
Just as well, because Kenwyne Jones was in again. Yeah, but Bolton nearly get a chance at one end within, what, 5 seconds? Kenwyne Jones, strength, pace. Great tackle by Nate. Corner, be no rush for this. Get a great reception here, Etherington, on the Stoke fans, to all right.
The applause reciprocated. Etherington like Pennant, a wayward talent who has found a home. Etherington's corner. The FA Cup final to look forward to here on ESPN, which will be commercial free on May the 14th. Some concern over Jermaine Pennant after that kicking from Paul Robinson. Elmander. There's Whitehead. Whelan. One back by Glenn Whelan. Etherington all night went for it. Had he connected, it might have been an own goal. Maybe Jones might have gambled a bit more behind him. Kenwyne Jones. And Walters! 5! It's a rout! Bolton choke against Stoke, and it's the Potters who advance in style.
Well, it's 5, John, and let's be honest, it could have been 8 or 9. They've absolutely ripped this team apart. Kenwyne Jones this time pulls it back. Robinson clips his heels, he stays on his feet, he pulls it back. All right, when it comes to Walter, slight deflection. I think it's Wilkinson who's in there, he pulls it back. Can't get it, falls over. Slight deflection of Cahill, is it? He'll not care about that, he's going to claim it, it's on target, and it's 5. Comes off Cahill's hand, actually. 5-0, and it could have been a lot more. What a performance by Stoke.
And for Tony Pulis, he's waited a long time for this. It's 12 years since Stoke's manager has even dared come to Wembley. Last time he was here, he saw his Gillingham team fritter away a 2-goal lead and lose a playoff final to Manchester City. His first visit since, and he'll be back again in 4 weeks' time.
And it's Manchester City.
Absolutely. There has only been one more one-sided FA Cup semi-final, and you have to go back to 1908 to find it. And Walters is on a hat-trick now.
This is just quite unbelievable result.
It's unreal, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Playing each other ever since the 6th weekend of the Football League back in October 1888, but never a meeting of this significance, nor indeed with a result that's as much of a turn-up as this. meetings have embraced the awful trauma of the Burnden Park disaster of 1946 in an FA Cup tie. The first ever Sunday FA Cup tie during the three-day week of the 1970s. But this is the one that will be writ large in the history books. Kenwyne Jones down, and the player that Stoke are intending to substitute now. Steinson. Short cross. That goes behind, it'll be a corner. And for romantics, you know, the only shame of the fifth goal for Stoke was that Wilkinson, who's never scored in his entire English career, couldn't finish it off for his hometown club.
Man, I've got to say, I could see why he's never scored.
Ricardo Fuller is the player coming on for Kenwyne Jones.
Substitution for Stoke City.
That's interesting. Kenwyne Jones is really holding his hamstring. You don't want to have that pull with some games to play. They're not safe yet, Stoke. Still need a few points. There's his goal, Kenwyne Jones. Lovely first touch. Never panicked. Passes it into the net. What striker should do.
Stoke need Fuller here to defend against this corner. Howard Webb's seen too much by way of the bumping and barging going on. And tempers fraying. One Icelander not keeping cool, Steinson. Davis up, but rather summing up Bolton's day. Foul.
Well, he is, gets just above. Oh, look at the holding. I mean, I'm sorry, Howard Webb for me should do better. I hate to say this, I've got to say. I know people might say it's a bit of a mold. Well up above hoop, jumps early, leans on him slightly. Howard Webb gives a free kick for me on 2 or 3 occasions. He has the goal. Wilkinson, as you say, I can see why he's never scored. And Walters, off the hand of Cahill, goes in for 5.
Fuller, first real involvement, and Gary Cahill pulled up for the foul, and that'll be yellow for Cahill.
Yeah, Fuller, good turn of pace, gets away from him once, twice, and he takes him down. I don't think Gary Cahill can argue about that. That was a late challenge. There's Fuller, not the best first touch outside the foot, just gets there. You can say he's played the ball slightly, but there's the ball. Does he play it, Cahill? Yes, he does. But look at, just catches Fuller. Yellow card.
Wembley, half empty, or if you're of a Stoke persuasion, half full. Etherington. And the corner this time via the head of Zach Knight. One last change prior to the corner.
Substitution for Stoke City.
And the corner taker is the man that's going to come off.
26, Matthew Etherington.
How about this for an ovation?
Rightly so. For me, I mean, Pennant's been excellent, he's gone off. Etherington's been the best player in the park today, there's no doubt about that. 2 wingers have been great. They really give Stoke an outlet. Here's his goal, terrific strike, knows where the goal is. A lot of power. Jääskeläinen, no chance. Terrific performance from Matthew Etherington.
And Danny Pugh, a loyal servant of Tony Pulis, gets a taste of the semi-final. And Mark Wilson will take the corner now. Flicks off the head of Hoot. The results of the man of the match vote, your vote, no great surprise. Matthew Etherington with 59% of the poll is the Eon man of the match in this second FA Cup semi-final.
Well, they've got it spot on.
No one of a Stoke persuasion going home early. They'll be staying as long as they possibly can to savour the achievements of Etherington and co, and to mark out their places for a return visit next month. Walters. Danny Pugh again. Oh, offside.
There's a lot of confidence there about
Elmander. Now, whilst there was much talk of Naft Lofthouse and of how it would be somehow right for Bolton to go to the final in the year of the great man's death, it is Stoke City who will be coming back to Wembley. Here's Matt Taylor, with more danger to the corner flag than the net.
Oh, it just sums the day up, doesn't it?
And it's just got worse and worse and worse for Bolton.
Yep. Walters just lifts it, hits the hand to KO, takes it over Jääskeläinen, 5-0, and it could have been a lot more.
Ricardo Fuller. Still Fuller. He is anyone from Bolton. And he will celebrate as keenly as anyone from Stoke. One of their most famous defenders, Dennis Smith, a man used to inducing tears in opponents' eyes. I'll wager there's one in the corner of his right now. And talking of illustrious former players, the greatest goalkeeper of them all. Twice thwarted at the semi-final stage by Arsenal in the 70s, but now 39 years on the brink of the final itself. In by Whelan. Up goes Hoot, the catch by Jääskeläinen. And the acclaim for Stoke is now less than a minute away. False alarm, that's not the full-time whistle. Robinson. Bolton, one would imagine, will exit fairly quickly at the end of this. There are very few of their fans left to applaud them off. Here's Jonathan Walters, scorer of 2 of the 5 goals. Danny Pugh. Pugh goes down. Howard Webb blows the whistle, and Stoke City make history. Founding members of the Football League, and now for the first time ever, finalists in the FA Cup. After the most one-sided semi-final in more than a century. Jonathan Walters with a brace of second-half goals. Bolton fell apart early and never looked like putting themselves back together again. Stoke City, the 43rd different club to reach the most auspicious occasion in English football. The 130th FA Cup final will be the first to involve one of England's grand old clubs, Stoke City. Despair at one end, sheer delight at the other, as Owen Coyle salutes those who remain from Lancashire. No trophy today, but triumph for some, more than outdoing tears for the others. Stoke City maintaining their 100% record here at Wembley, It's now played for, won for, and finally they've lost their tag as the only surviving founder members of the Football League never to have played in an FA Cup final. There's the chairman, Peter Coates. Here comes the hero, Jonathan Walters, with Rebecca.
John, thank you very much indeed. Jonathan, congratulations. What a feeling is this? Describe it for us.
That's superb, you know, we wanted to achieve something this year. Everyone writ us off before the game and say 95% of the people said Bolton were going to easily get to the final, and then proved them all wrong, didn't we? 5-0, can't ask for any more.
People, like you said, people thought it would be close, didn't they? But are you surprised by how easy the scoreline is?
No, it was a tough game. You know, we've done really well from back to front. As I said, we got writ off. People said it was going to be close, but no, people writ us off from the start. And yeah, made up to be 5-0, you know, couldn't ask for more of the back four and the strikers. Midfielders are superb.
For you personally, Jonathan, a lot of hard work has brought you to this place, and 2 goals at Wembley is some reward for that hard work.
It is, yeah, it's been very hard over the years. A lot of people have helped me along the way, but yeah, that's my family, my kids, my wife.
An FA Cup final against Manchester City. How does that sound? If I told you that 5 years ago, you'd have taken it.
Yeah, you would. I'm sure people will write us off for that one as well.
Good luck with it, and I'll let you go and enjoy.
Thank you.
Andy, join me with Andy Wilkinson. What an afternoon. Try and describe your feelings for me now.
It's unbelievable. Words can't describe it. You look at these people, unbelievable from Stoke. Fans, it's like a home game for us. And then the lads on the pitch just produced.
And for you personally, it means the absolute world being a local boy, doesn't it?
Oh, I can't tell you. A bit emotional. But going to enjoy it, and then we'll focus on the final now.
What about the game today? Because everyone thought it was going to be so close. 5-0, Andy, that's some result.
Yeah, well, everyone wrote us off before the game, but we knew between us, and we had the belief that we would win it.
Do you think people writing you off was your inspiration?
Yeah, we've had it ever since we've been in the Premier League, so we used to be in the underdogs, and we love it.
Well done, and good luck for the final.
Well, as Delilah rings around Wembley Stadium, sung louder, I would imagine, than ever before, and as the Stoke players soak up the fact that they've won through to the FA Cup final, Steve McManaman, Kevin Keegan, Robbie Savage and Sam Allardyce have pitchside. Well, it's just quite remarkable.
Yeah, fully deserved. On the day, they were just the best side.
Kevin, excuse me, we can hear from Rory Delap.
Great, thank you, Rory. What an atmosphere, what an afternoon. You look pretty exhausted, but a happy man.
Yeah, delighted. You know, for everyone, brilliant for them to come down. We've had a good couple of years and progressed every year, and this is another step to that now, but got a big game at the end of May now.
5-0, at half-time at 3-0 up, were you pinching yourselves?
A little bit, yeah, you know, you dream of coming here and doing that, but you know, I think it's credit to all the lads and the spirit at the club. You know, we've deserved everything we've got, and we've deserved this today.
Andy Wilkinson said everyone wrote you off before this game. He said they wrote you off. Did you use that as inspiration?
We don't listen to people outside of the club, really. You know, they can say we're good, we can say we're bad, but we know in the club we're good enough to achieve success like this.
And just finally, you missed the 2003 final with Southampton because of that injury you picked up in the reserves. No playing in the reserves this season.
I'll try not to, but touch wood.
Good luck, thanks Rory. Thomas Sorensen, congratulations to place in the final. You said before this game, it's not just a day out, you've got to win it, and you did in some style.
Yeah, you know, I thought we said to everyone in the dressing room before the game that, you know, you don't get these chances very often, and you know, I've been in the game for a long time and always wanted this, and when you get to the big stage you can't blow it, and I thought we performed tremendously well today, and you know, again, we've got a great chance in the final. Obviously we'll be underdogs, but who knows, you know, if we can play like today it'll be a good game.
From your position at the other end of the pitch, watching it unfold and then seeing the 5th goal go in, you must have been pinching yourself.
Yeah, you know, it was a fantastic start for the team, and you know, things went for us in the beginning, but you know, that's down to the belief as well. You know, we trusted that, you know, this was going to be our day, and you know, sometimes if you want it enough, it happens.
And you have been the FA Cup keeper all season. You've now, hopefully, if Tony Buehler sticks with you, have got an FA Cup final to look forward to.
Yeah, you know, it's obviously been a dream for a long time, and now we're there and we got a great chance to win a trophy, which would be amazing. But you know, we got a great difficult game against Man City. They played really well yesterday, and we know what we're up against. But as I said before, you know, if we can put in the same kind of performance, who knows?
I'm going to let you go celebrate. Thank you. Good luck.
Yes, thank you.
Well, this is the trophy they want to win, and they're closer to it now. Their first ever FA Cup final. Steve McManaman, it's an ecstatic day for Stoke fans, players, everyone, but also an emotional day as well, because what they did today is
very much so,
incredible.
and they totally deserved it, right, didn't they? They were excellent. We wondered about the second half, what would happen. Stoke came out, same vein, made the better chances. Jonathan Walters gets a couple just to cap it all off, but I thought they were fantastic today. One team showed up today, unfortunately, and it wasn't Bolton.
What's your assessment of what you've seen this afternoon, Kevin?
Well, it takes two to tango, and unfortunately, I mean, we saw Bolton in the semi-final, how hard they worked, how they deserved to beat Birmingham on the day, all the qualities they brought. They didn't bring any here today, and I feel really sorry for Owen Cole, because he'll sit in there and just wonder, were these the same players? You know, they didn't turn up, but all the plaudits, as Stevie says, to Stoke City. From the minute, probably about 10 minutes into the game, right till the end, they were the dominant force today, and if they play like that against City, they'd have a chance.
Seen a one-sided semi-final like that?
No, it was one-sided, but these two are trying to save face, because the big nose from Wrexham called it right. Stoke, European Cup winner, 1977, European Player of the Year, scored a goal in the European Cup final, 500 Premier League games. I got the score right, mate. Stoke City.
So what did you feel was at the heart of Stoke's winning performance today?
As Sam alluded to, they pressurised the ball 3-0 up. The fourth goal has come from them, going in 2-3s, winning the ball back and breaking. I think Stoke worked harder, basically, and they got the rewards.
Sam, we just really, this is having a bit of a go at Bolton, who really didn't show up today. Haven't we just got to give so much credit to Stoke City for the way they pressed, for the way they went about the game, the way they just didn't just score, they scored and scored and scored and kept going.
You've got to give Stoke credit, because they've made Bolton look really, really ordinary today, and they've maximised Bolton's mistakes and punished them to the highest order. But in the end, the quality of Stoke's finishing today has paid off for them like never before have they played a game and put so many chances away with the same quality as they put away today. Johnny Walters, Kenwyn Jones, Robert Hoof, brilliant. Etherington to start it all off. Bolton just weren't at the races.
Well, tonight is going to be a very, very good night for Stoke City and their supporters. They will rock and rock and rock. They're going to have a great day too coming up on May the 14th. The Eon-sponsored FA Cup final will be between Manchester City and Stoke City. And just to say, ESPN's coverage will be extensive, but it'll be commercial free from 2:30 until after the FA Cup is lifted. Manchester City versus Stoke City, the FA Cup final live on ESPN on May the 14th. Later tonight here on ESPN, Serie A action with title chasing second place Napoli up against fifth place Udinese. On ESPN Classic tonight, fight of the century, Joe Frazier versus Muhammad Ali, the first of their 3 epic contests. That's tonight at 11. And on ESPN America, the action heats up as the NHL playoff battles continue on with a live doubleheader, games at 8 p.m. and 1 a.m. But here at Wembley Stadium, the day belongs to Stoke City. At Wembley, they've won through to their first ever FA Cup final. They didn't just win, they recorded the most emphatic FA Cup semi-final scoreline in over a century. Reaction on the way.